Toy Story 5 and Intersectional Feminist Wet Dream, two movies in the making. We have to go all the way back to Toy Story 3, where first Woody and then all of Andy's toys end up in the hands of Bonnie instead of into the hands of another little boy.
Weird, weird.
This leads us to Toy Story 4, where Woody goes from you having a friend in him to fuck y'all, I'm gonna go do my own thing. This is coupled with the fact that basically little Bo Peep starts cucking him in this movie. And finally, we move on to Toy Story 5, where the intersectional feministic wet dream is complete. And Jessie and Lily Pad usurp the roles of Woody and Buzz while punching down on them at every opportunity they get. And if you don't believe me,
got news for you. That means you're gay.
that pretty much sums it up in my opinion. Listen, there is a good movie in here. I won't deny that. There is an excellent messaging about the internet and social media and how especially small children should be minimally exposed to it. It's funny, Bonnie's parents immediately set boundaries for using lily pad and then just as fast forget that they ever set those boundaries. There's also another really touching moment, but it comes at the expense of Jessie's PTSD about being a toy and about being handed on from one owner to another to possibly another. In the end, she goes back to where she spent time with her original owner. She finds this time capsule and then realizes that her original owner named her daughter after Jessie. You really get a heartwarming moment here for about all of 5 seconds before Woody and all the Buzzes come in and basically ruin it. I actually did like that part for the whole 5 seconds I could enjoy it, and then it just went back to being stupid again. And part of the reason why it's stupid is you got Jessie riding on Bullseye, a male horse, and you got Woody and all the Buzzes riding on a bunch of female horses.
Oh, come on!
I thought the upgraded Buzz Lightyear toys were actually pretty cool. They can actually fly now because they are drones. They spend the first half of the movie trying to get off the island they crashed on and then following the North Star to Star Command, which turns out to be Jessie.
Oh, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
Now, if you watch the previews, you may be under the impression that Lily Pad is the antagonist in this movie, but she is not. Actually, the dynamic between Jessie and Lily Pad is a little bit of a remesh of Toy Story 1's dynamic between Woody and Buzz. It's basically two ways to play and make friends. Lily Pad believes in the social media way, and Jessie believes in the old-fashioned way of playing with toys. Now, spoiler alert here, the Jessie way ends up being the right way in the end. Bonnie ends up making a couple of real friends. So who are the antagonists in the movie? Well, the antagonists are the three white girls who are on her dance team. And please keep in mind that Bonnie is a minority child.
Fuck.
To sum up the plot, Bonnie is eventually invited to a sleepover by her white teammates in her dance class. When she gets there, she shows her teammates, both Jessie and Bullseye, and they all kind of mock her for playing with toys. So she gets rid of Jessie and Bullseye in favor of Lily Pad. Jessie and Bullseye are eventually found by an old couple. The old woman finds the original owner of Jessie's address, and they return the two toys there. This is where we meet Blaze, who is another child living on the ranch now. And Blaze plays with Jessie and Bullseye for a little bit, but once she leaves them alone, Jesse finds some old tech items. I wouldn't call them toys. One is a going to the bathroom tutorial for like toddlers. One is a old digital camera, and the other item is an old GPS system. Eventually, they agree to help Jesse and Bullseye get back to Bonnie, but their plan goes really bad, and Bonnie ends up being embarrassed by the plan, and she kind of swears off toys sort of forever, it looks like. And while she stopped for ice cream with her mother because her mother's trying to cheer her up, Lily Pad realizes this is all her fault, and she throws herself into a box, which eventually gets thrown into a truck headed for either a landfill or a recycling location. So it's now up to Jesse, Woody, and the Buzzes to rescue Lily Pad, because that's a trope in all these Toy Story movies. Somebody always needs rescuing. But this is where the Buzzes being drones comes in really handy, because that's how everyone gets off the truck. Once they're all safe and sound, they come up with an idea to get Bonnie and Blaze together. They send an email from Bonnie to Blaze saying Bonnie now wants Jesse and Bullseye back. It looks like the plan is about to fail, but Bonnie asks Blaze to stay over and play. And this is when we get the intersectional wedding of a lifetime between Jesse and Buzz. Buzz gets walked down the aisle by Forky in a skirt. Don't call it a kilt. Jesse puts the engagement ring on Woody. Jesse bends Woody over, and Woody does the leg out thing after the pronounced husband and wife. And then to make matters worse, Woody and little Bo Peep end up heading off into a sports car together, except little Bo Peep tells Woody that she's driving. And if you know anything about women and driving, that's just a disaster. So that is basically how the movie ends. It's 2 movies too many, in my opinion. And one other thing that I found rather disturbing, I realize small children won't get this reference, but at one point, all the Buzzes caught Woody. They thought he was an enemy, and they had him tied up upside down, and they were lowering him down to get eaten by the potbelly pig on Blaze's farm / ranch. And all I can think of is that looked like something directly out of Hannibal, which has no business being in any kid's movie. I think I'm going to end my video right here. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, please click the like button. Share this out through social media and leave comments in the comments section. And finally, like my father told me when I was 18 years old, the free video's over. Get out.